Hey guys, and welcome back. So it's really hot outside, and by hot I mean it's 80 degrees. I know, I've softened up to living in California. If you didn't already know, I am from the South. I was born and raised in Louisiana, and then I moved to Texas, and I lived there for 5 years before moving to California. That being said, as you guys have already known from my shepherd's pie video, that I'm half British. My mother is a fantastic cook. She can cook so much stuff, but one thing she cannot cook is Southern food. I know, it's weird, but I love Southern food. I love it so much. It's so freaking delicious. How can you not love Southern food? It's everything that's bad for you. It's so good, like biscuits and gravy and fried chicken and etouffee, just so cornbread. Oh my gosh, I love cornbread. All of this is so bad for you. There's one thing that I never tried and never really took a liking to was grits. However, one of my Twitter followers, Cody Atkins, she suggested that I try and make some grits for you guys, some Southern comfort food, because grits is really a staple of Southern life. Even though I didn't grow up eating it, a lot of you Southerners do. And once you go paleo, you know, you can't eat grits because they're based off of corn, and corn's a grain. So since I don't know what grits taste like, Kevin has agreed to be a guest taster and tell me how these grits pan out. Now, this recipe for grits comes from my lovely Paleo Comfort Food Cookbook by Julie and Charles Mayfield. I've used this cookbook in a couple of my recipes because it's just divine. And your base of the grits is going to be cauliflower. So what you're going to be using for this lovely, lovely grits is some cauliflower or cauliflower. Kevin says caula, I say cauli. Then you're going to want to use a cup of almond meal. Usually I use blanched almond flour whenever I do use almond flour, but this recipe has said that almond meal works better for this. The difference between blanched almond flour and almond meal is that almond meal is just almonds that have been ground up with their shell on. Almond flour has obviously been blanched. Then we're going to use some chicken stock. It's best if you make your own, but come on, I'm lazy over here. Some salt and some pepper. Okay, so to get started on your grits, we're going to start with your cauliflower, and we are going to do what is called ricing your cauliflower. Essentially, you just cut up the cauliflower and throw it in a food processor. I'll show you what that looks like now. So take that little baby cauliflower and just chop it up in bits. You're just going to want the florets, and we're going to throw them in the food processor. If you have a large head, then you're probably going to want to do this in batches, just to make sure that it's evenly riced. So do like that. Okay, now we're going to pulse the cauliflower until it looks like rice. See? Looks like rice. Okay, so you're going to put your riced cauliflower in a large saucepan and add your almond meal, your chicken stock, so mix that all together, and we're going to heat it over medium-low. So I'm pretty sure I messed up the recipe again. Read the recipe before you do it. I needed 4 cups of riced cauliflower, and I think I only did like probably about 2. So I should have halved everything else. Now I'm only showing you the basic grits recipe. From here you can do things like shrimp and grits, or what else do you guys eat with grits? I don't know, eggs and grits? Grits? But I'm just showing you a canvas, if you will. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the heat to medium-low. You should have been doing it at medium. And then I'm going to cover and let it simmer for about 20 minutes, coming back and stirring it every 5. And hopefully the liquid will have reduced by then. Okay, so my grits are ready. I let them simmer for about 35 minutes because I put too much of the liquid in it and not enough of the cauliflower. So let me show you what it looks like. So that's what it looks like after it's all simmered out. This is Kevin. And since I've never had grits before, he is going to try it. What does it taste like?
Tastes kind of like chicken soup, like stock and vegetables a little bit. It's like.
Is that what grits taste like?
No, grits taste a little more like cornmeal-y.
Would you say this is a good alternative?
I'd say it's a good alternative to like
Oh, look at
a hearty oatmeal or something.
But not so much grits.
I mean, I guess if you wanted the texture is like on point.
I still haven't salted and peppered it yet.
Yeah, but it has chicken stock in it. Did you put chicken stock in it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I'm just used to the butter and sugar and cheese grits, so that doesn't really have a chicken flavor to it.
Should I put some butter in it?
I mean, if you want, it's not going to make it, it doesn't taste like grits because of the chicken. Yeah?
I don't know.
No.
So, I guess you could probably alternatively, instead of using the chicken stock, you could probably just use water to do this, and then I guess you won't have so much of the chickeny flavor. But I think if you were going to do like shrimp and grits or something like that, perhaps it wouldn't matter so much. Anyway, so salt and pepper it. So salt and pepper it, and then do with it what you will. I think it's quite tasty. Alright, so that's it for today's video. If you liked, make sure that you subscribe and share to everybody that you know. Follow me on Twitter. Put out new videos every Sunday. And yeah, let me know what you want me to make next. Happy 4th of July!